Hi, I'm Jonny Savage and I'm a marine science master's student at Newcastle University. Before this, I studied marine zoology as a BSc, also at Newcastle, so I've been studying the marine environment for about 6 years now. My master's degree is essentially made up of one big research project on an area which is of particular interest to me. So I'm looking at sharks and how human structures in the sea might be affecting their behaviour and any implications this would have for wider ecosystems. Specifically looking at the electric fields emitted from wind farms and the cables needed to take the generated electricity from the wind farms back to the shore. Many people aren't aware that the UK does actually have several species of shark. We've got around 20 which live here all year round, and that number goes up to over 30 if you include occasional and seasonal visitors. Sharks are a really interesting special ability to be able to detect electric fields. All living things emit an electric field, which we call our bioelectric signature, and sharks use this to be able to detect other sharks, but also their prey. Electric fields are generated by nerve impulses, so telling your muscles to do something creates a tiny electric field, as well as in marine species like fish and crabs and stuff, their gills and mouth parts have a difference in ion concentration, which creates a very small electric field as well. Sharks detect these electric fields using specialized organs all over their heads called the ampulla of Lorenzini, and these are filled with a special conductive gel which lets them detect if there's a difference in electric field strength, and they can then use this to work out if there's a prey hiding underneath the sand. Because the electric fields from animals are very small, the sharks have to get very close, usually less than half a meter, to be able to detect an electric field, so they rely on their other senses to get them that close. You only find this ability to detect electric fields in marine species, as the salt water is a much better conductor of electric fields compared to the air, so that's why land species aren't also able to detect electric fields. Now, humans are building more and more things in the sea. I'm particularly looking at wind farms. So offshore wind has a huge potential to be able to generate more and more renewable energy as we try and stop the effects of climate change by moving to more sustainable energy sources. Offshore wind has many advantages over wind farms inland. The wind turbines can be built much larger, and the wind offshore is stronger and more consistent, so we can get more even energy generation. The UK government has recently laid out commitments to increase offshore wind generation so that we can power every home in the country solely from offshore wind by 2030. The UK is one of the current world leaders in electrical capacity for generated offshore wind energy, and the Crown Estate, which manages the UK seabed, has a really nice interactive map that you can see how much energy is currently being generated. Here we have the Crown Estate's asset map of offshore energy generation. This shows all of the wind farms in the UK. We can see that at the moment, as I record this video, 4% of the UK's electricity is currently being generated by offshore wind. You can also see how much was made last month, so far this year, and within the last 12 months. On the map, each purple icon is a different wind farm, with the blue ones showing the wind speed and direction around the UK. We can see that in the UK, the wind farms are clustered in the northwest, scattered down the east coast, with a couple up in northeast. These are the currently in use wind farms, not the ones that are proposed to be built. Zooming in on northeast, we can see the Blythe wind farm in more detail. This shows us its location, how many turbines are in the wind farm, and how much energy is currently being made, which is 2.6 megawatts. It also says it's owned by EDF. This information is available for all the wind farms in the UK waters, so you can have a look at your nearest wind farm and how much energy it's currently generating. So for my research, I was trying to see whether the electric field from marine cables in wind farms in any way affect the ability of a shark to detect its prey. So these are the cables which connect wind turbines together, and also the cable which carries the generated electricity from the wind farm back to shore. So I was trying to see if these cables gave off an electric field which would mask or suppress the bioelectric field of a prey species, to see whether that reduced the ability for shark to detect a prey, and also whether the electric field had any other impact on shark behaviour. So to do this, I set myself up at the university aquarium. I built a device which emits an electric field similar to that which is emitted by marine cables, and I built another device which emits an electric field which mimics that of a prey's bioelectric signature. And I was able to vary the bioelectric signature to mimic a few prey types, so a worm prey type, a crab prey type, and a fish prey type. And then I used a native shark species, a small spotted cat shark, and I exposed it to these conditions. I filmed its behaviour so I could then watch these videos back and make notes of the kind of things it does and how long it spent doing different behaviours like swimming, foraging, or resting. So I've got a couple of clips from my project to show you. So in this first clip, you can see a shark swimming along the bottom of the tank. Then when it detects the prey's electric signature in the middle there, it rapidly turns in to have a closer look. In the second one, we can see a shark attacking a prey mimicking electric field. So I'm sure it was quite disappointed it wasn't actually a piece of prey. So from my study, I found that electric fields do have an ability to reduce how successful a shark is at finding a buried prey, and also that when they are exposed to electric fields, they spend more time resting. So these could have large implications for ecosystems and local populations of sharks, which definitely need to be explored a bit further. Throughout the 2 years of my study, I was looking after about 60 little of these sharks, and as I was looking after them, they laid eggs. Yes, some sharks do lay eggs to give birth, whereas others give birth to live young. But these sharks laid eggs, which we looked after at the aquarium, and then when the eggs hatched, we released them back into the wild. So thank you very much for watching my video here, and I'll leave you with a video of some baby sharks being released back into the wild. Thank you.